they want to win by as many goals as possible. The Rowan Lions themselves, I don't think they are settling for a draw or anything of that sort as well. They are coming as well to get all 3 points to make sure that they win resoundingly and capture the second trophy for this year's tournament. So I think it's going to be a really, really keenly good contested match here, Doc.
Yes, as you can see, the benches making their way out to the bench area. We do have the lineups for you today. For the Roaring Lions FC, it's Jaden Abbott, yet again the number 5. Keeney Brooks Bell, the number 7. Shamari Bryan, the number 18. Kareem Burris, he's back from national duty, and he's back in goal for the Lions. Marvin Eskin, he's the number 22. Max Hipkinson Fabian continues to maintain his place in the starting 11, number 27. Tyreek John is in number 23. Tyreek Lake is in number 32. Jelly Richardson, he's back in the starting 11. He's the number 2. Keanu Richardson is the number 19. But most importantly for them, their captain is back. Tafari Smith, he is the number 4. For the Attackers FC, they have a number of key pieces back for them as well. Hakeem Beard, he is the number 3. Javier Special Brooks is the number 14. The goalkeeper is back, Randy Gomez, the number 1. Ricardo John, the leading scorer, their main threat, he's the number 20. Trey Joseph is the number 9. Javon Lloyd back in the starting 11 today, he's the number 11. Hassan Mason is the number 23. Kaloni Richardson, who came on as a substitute last game, he gets a start today. He is the number 4. Kadeem Riley is the number 7. Tarek Sampson is the number 5. But most importantly, Captain Casa is back, the number 10.
Yes, and I spoke to Casa as well on Thursday, and he had some remorse about his main goal was to win the league championship, and he did hinted to me that he was not going to play in this match. But when I spoke to him, I think that was yesterday morning, to ask him if we were running this morning, Sunday morning, the usual Sunday run, he said that one of the senior players in that was special, at least ask him to come and play, and so that he will be doing here this evening, and we'll see whether or not that will help the Attackers team, the likes of Kaloni as well, veteran defender playing for the national team of Angola as well, with lots of experience. We'll see how well he'll be able to bolster the the defense, of the Attackers as well. One player that's missing from the Rowan Lions starting lineup is that of the Mercurial striker there in Screechy Oliver Walker. I spoke to him this morning, and he said he really wanted to be here. He doesn't know whether or not he will be here for the match, but maybe the second half due to work commitment. So,
yes. He's listed as a substitute along with the man Capel Batiste. He is here. I saw him, but they have opted to go with Jelly rather than Capel to start off with today. A very experienced refereeing crew lined up for this encounter. It's Kamal Horning Harjaman in the middle. They'll be assisted by Albert Burton and Hilton, and Trevor Rouse is the 4th official.
Yeah, so the cream of the crop has come to the party for this encounter here, and quite a fitting way to climax the end of the season, one that has been very long at times. Some of the players are saying drawn out due to international commitments, COVID-19 mishaps, and different organizations and arrangements in between the whole setup and the structuring of the matches themselves to give way for players going on international duty, and hence the reason for the lengthy tournament, so to speak. There were talks that maybe they would look to start maybe at an earlier period to give players more time and to at least get more games in, especially because we know these are the hurricane seasons as well, and these are the short season going into the festive season. So hopefully the organizers of the AFA tournament will certainly be having a look at how best they can fit the matches in and start the tournament maybe at a earlier period.
Yes, definitely. And that's been a concern for a lot of supporters as well. The season, they would have said, has been a bit drawn out as the teams are making their way out now, out of the tunnel. The two captains back for these two sides. And both of them will be looking to take home the crown, the Champions League crown. You know, the last time these two teams met in a game of this magnitude, the amount of drama, the amount of excitement the game had, we hope for more of the same as supporters, but the attackers, they would want more of the same. That wouldn't suit them. They need a clear winner.
Yes, certainly it ebbed and flowed in that final match for the championship in the regular season. Got all the way down to the 88 minutes, somewhere about that. It was the captain in Tafari really breaking that long deadlock to the entire match, only to see his goalkeeper in Kareem Burris committing a foul on the prolific scorer there in John and giving away a penalty that John took and saw extra time completed. We saw where it went into the penalties as well. And as I was saying, Doc, I know that the Lions are not regular penalty kickers, but they certainly surprised me and won out on penalty kicks, scoring all their 5 penalties throughout the course of that particular match. Certainly, whether that will be the case today, that we are just about to witness. But in the meantime, just as you will know that the period of silence is being adhered to as we acknowledge the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, the Queen who has been on the throne for some 7 decades and passing away, leaving us, as you know, that she's the head of state, therefore the dependent territory here in Anguilla that we lived, and for many Commonwealth countries and other countries around the world as well. So as a mark of respect, we are certainly having that minute of silence as well. And there you have it. That ends the period, and it's a pity that that all our cameras weren't taking on everyone who was actually paying tribute and giving respect throughout the whole spectator crowd that we have here. And we have on the other side of us our fellow commentator. We want to say good evening to Millie. Good evening to you. Welcome to the booth as well. We'll be bringing this match to you live and lively right here with all the trimmings, and we do hope that you will enjoy what will be our final game for the 2022 season. Good evening, Millie. Welcome.
Good evening to you, Tony. Good evening to you, Doc, and to all those who taking our commentaries. It's indeed a good evening to be here. And Tony, as good as the evening is as good as the outfield looks this evening. Really looks remarkable. It's the best I've ever seen the surface.
Yes, the rain would have certainly helped and assisted the ground staff here, and pretty good surface to play under.
Yes. The rains that we had over the weekend and throughout the week have really played a part in really making the outfield look the best it has looked in a very long time. Even also the annex on the other side, very green and luscious. And even when I was at Stony Ground throughout the week, that field has looked, it's been looking a whole lot more improved than where it was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, and I was just about to say that as well. The annex and what most footballers considered possibly the best pitch on the island, the cricket field actually has looked a spectacle to Doc and Millie.
Well, the two teams, they are in a huddle, and Millie, I know usually it's your question to me, but I'll put you in the hot seat today. Millie, what's your prediction for this one?
Well, the prediction for this one, penalty kicks. We are going to go to a penalty shootout.
Well, I have said a drawn match.
A lot will have to happen for the game to go to a penalty shootout. A whole lot would have to happen. This is certainly going to be a very, very thrilling game. The attackers in their blue and white. They'll be led, of course, by their mercurial man, the man who has taken this AFL by storm, Ricardo John. While for the Lions, they are without their main striker, Oliver Walker, for the start of this one. But they will have to rely on the likes of Jelly and the likes of Jay Abbott for them to pull out an early goal. And even more so, that man Max Fabian, he's looked so good when he's come back.
And again, too, Doc, just before Millie comes in, the Lions would certainly miss the services of Jermaine.
Yes, without the likes of Jermaine. And we have seen for most of the Lions game that the number one striker has not been a starter. But Lions welcome back Tyreek.
Yes, certainly. Well, yes, the easy, cool, calm head there in midfield. Very passionate Tyreek. But, well, as we say, well, man down, next man up, as we would say. And so even though they will certainly would have loved to have the services of Jermaine, the Roaring Lions are certainly feeling comfortable and confident about themselves. So likewise the attackers as well.
The attackers kicking from right of screen to left. And the Roaring Lions in their burnt orange all the way down to a bright orange. They're going from left of screen to right. The way it's shaping up, it seems to be another game for Tarek Sampson in midfield. It looks like a backline of Kalone Richardson, Special, Hassan Mason, and Javon Lloyd. Then Castle's going to be playing in midfield, holding really with Baird and Sampson as his two box-to-box midfielders. Then Chelly Joseph, he's been booted out of midfield. He's playing off the wing, along with Kadeem Riley. They're playing left and right respectively. And then Ricardo John, he's back to his usual position up top. Someone who we've not mentioned for them today is Chadwick Samuel.
Yes, Chadwick Samuel. And he's not, I don't know if he's on island, but he's certainly not on the bench, and he's not in the starting lineup as well.
It's Sampson with a chip over the top, looking for John. This one is headed clear. Trying to find some room is Abbott. Back towards Abbott now. Mason for company. He goes inside to Jelly, but Special is able to get in the way, and Gomez has to boot it out. That was careless by Special because there was pressure on him from behind by Jelly.
Yes, and one of the things that Special will have to be careful about is the speed of the frontline players for the Roaring Lions as well. And if I were the Roaring Lions, one area that I would be exploiting would certainly be that left back position of Javon Lloyd, because he's not an out-and-out defender and could probably be suspect in that position.
Well, we saw the trouble that he had in guarding Sylvanus when they played the Docks United, and I would have been tempted to have played Max on this right-hand side just because of how skillful he is to try and give Javon Lloyd some trouble rather than going up against the veteran Kaloni Richardson. This one's across to a Lake. Spins back and finds Mighty. Once again, a Lake trying to go across to Abbott. Casa gets in the way. Casa to John. John. Beard. Too heavy. And Chetty wasn't quite running, but Beard seemed to have been fouled. That is going to be a free kick, and it may be a cautioning early in this game. It is going to be an early caution.
Yeah, certainly aggressive there on the part of Keanu Richardson, and now he will be certainly a little bit tentative in the way he will be going into challenges, and certainly could have ill afford to pick up that early card. We'll certainly have to temper his temperament in his challenges. Let's see how well he'll be able to do that.
And so we know that he is naturally an aggressive footballer, so he will have to take it down a few notches if he has to remain in this game. He's a key cog in this Lions midfield since he has come back. He's been a very key piece for them. Here's Lloyd trying to find Chetty Joseph. And Chetty gets past mighty well. Chetty down towards the byline. Here's Lloyd for support. He will use Lloyd. Tries to whip in a ball. This one finds Hakeem Beard and acrobatically cleared away. It will be a corner.
And not good playing there from Kaini at all. Chetty is a pretty good, skillful player. And getting past Mighty, you'd want to think that the midfield player playing on this side of us, who is Kaini Brooks Bell, should have certainly been at least back in that defensive position to at least strip that ball. But he basically was saying, well, you take him on one-on-one and let's see what happens.
It will be a corner. Hakeem Beard. He does have hits to aim at. Beard whips in a dangerous ball, but the header will be ricocheted and cleared partially. The volley is an audacious effort, but never really troubling the goal of Burris. Goal kick.
So that one could have been dangerous there, because we know these, especially the goalkeeper there in Burris, not as adept in the air as some of the players. But here is Max.
Here comes Max. Max. He does have some company there. Forced to go all the way back. Now it's Eric Lake. Lake shifts it across to Mighty. Mighty. Trying to go for the through pass. This one is cut out only as far as Keeney. He goes back inside Lake. Now Richardson. Tariq John now. Max yet again. Max looking for some space, trying to create something out there. Now recycle possession. It's back to Max. The tall, lanky figure, the skillful figure of Max. Max does brilliantly well. Max with the ball in. Not dealt with initially, but it now will be cleared. Chance for the attackers to break as well, because Chetty has space. It will find Chetty. Chetty to Ricardo John. John wants to pass out wide. He will find Kadeem Riley. Riley with an audacious effort at goal. Goal kick.
I'm not sure if you noticed what happened when that corner was served in. John was left unmarked, and the header was a very good header on target, but it came off of his own player right in front of goal.
Yes, certainly they'll have to be a lot better at.
And if you cast your minds back to that semi-final where the attackers played the Docks, it was an unmarked Ricardo John who took the game into extra time and then penalties where the attackers were able to win.
Yes, but we saw some silky movement there, and Max looked very sharp, just leaving Caloni in the dust, really. All he needed to do actually was to put in a good cross that could have spelled some danger, but at the same time as well, I thought that was good defending there from the central defense for the attackers.
As here come the Lions trying to break away. Not much support for him, but he will find a teammate in Jelly. Jelly goes back to Jaden Abbott. Abbott trying to shift it out towards Caney. But it's shepherded. Oh, again, that's risky because the ball wasn't going to make it to Gomez, and he had to come out with his foot. Gomez is very composed, however. He's a very composed figure in goal. It's been a very good goalkeeper this season for the Attackers FC. As Lloyd's pass is cut out well by Tyreek Lake. Lake will find Jelly. Jelly trying to find the through pass to Max. This one is cut out well by Special, however. Here comes Hakeem Beard. Beard looking for Riley. Cut out by Tyreek John. And all the way back to Kareem Burris. The Roaring Lions, they've not quite been able to really get a foothold in this one. It's been mostly attackers' chances, but here comes Max Fabian, who's been there pretty much their lone life spark thus far. He's looked as dangerous as ever. Ricardo John may have been in offside position there, but didn't get the ball. Now, Abbott. Abbott, who's been drifting side to side, really, playing in a free role in midfield, has two very defensively astute midfielders in Tyreek Lake and Keanu Richardson behind him, so he has the freedom to roam either way. They do have a lot of time on the ball, the Lions. The attackers content to sit in their defensive shape and allow them to pass the ball within the midfield area without really penetrating the defensive third. John will lose out. Good pass by Riley, but it's a bit careless, however. And a chance for the Lions, but he's offside. Offside, says assistant referee Hilton.
Hilton was running back, not entirely in line, but certainly the play looks a little bit to be in an advanced position.
Chetty trying to go towards Beard, cut out well. Keanu goes across to Abbott now. Now further back to Tyreek John. Max and John have had a lot of possession out there, but they've not quite been able to do anything with it for the past a couple moments. That's a yellow card shown there as well by referee Harding. Is that to Kadeem Riley?
Oh, and Harding is making sure that he's seeing everything. What I think Roaring Lions needs to do is there's a lot of back and across passing in midfield, especially in the attacking third as well. You're not seeing that person is trying to running through, trying to get a through pass. As Jay is doing a lot of movement, maybe he would want to be that player to make those moves running from the back to at least catch the defense of the attackers off guard.
What I will say is that they're definitely missing the presence of Oliver Walker, because as the free kick comes in a bit too high, while they do have a lot of movement side to side, they don't have the penetrative runs going forward that Oliver Walker would make in order to stretch the defensive line. So the defense can just shift one way, shift the other way without quite having the stretch to cover the run that's being made forward, seeing as, Jay and Jelly, they're naturally wingers. So with them being the central players, they don't quite have the movement a natural striker like Oliver Walker would have. And that's where I feel a man like Capel Baptiste could have been utilized.
Well,
ball played in, looking for Jaden Abbott. Abbott forced to go back. He does go back. And that's good work again. Cuts inside, ball into the area. And Mason slices it clear for a corner.
Yes, you could see natural strikers usually finds the seams and the positions that they need to be in to get a shot and goal. They know exactly what are the areas and the corners to look in. And so far, they have had the lion's share of the positions, but not a lot of shots on goal.
Yeah, so I haven't quite seen any real shots to trouble any goalkeepers just yet. Corner for the Lions, swung in by Abbott. And it gets over the head of the Defari there who was coming in. And giving away a bit carelessly. Lloyd in a tussle out there. But he will win. It is a throw into the attackers.
What I found very strange in that corner kick was that none of Lions players were holding the back. There were absolutely no player past the middle of the goal, and that is very strange for a corner. You had acres of space in the back. Everybody was looking for from the half of the goal forward, and there were no Lions players looking to take up that ball had it come over, and that's exactly what happened. It came over the top.
Well, for sure, Tafari was in a great position, but the ball was just a little too high for him. Had he connected on that could have spelled some danger for Gomez in goal, but it just eluded Tafari. And like you said, the follow-through, the ball beat everyone and came to our side here. So
it's going to be a free kick to the attackers. That's a very good ball in, and the header is going to be collected in the end by Kareem Burris. But you can see the danger the attackers have from set pieces. It looked like that was Tarek Sampson on that occasion. Mason trying to run it out. He will get the throw in. I must say Mason and Special, they have formed a pretty good centre-back duo thus far this season. Mason, we know he's not traditionally a centre-back. He was a midfielder playing for the Enforcers, given away cheaply. However, here comes Jaden Abbott, and Jaden Abbott's shot will be blocked.
Yes, there's a big man right in front of Jay. Could have probably at least done me a shot and tried to push further.
Yeah, see, it looked like Special there, who definitely had the shot angle covered. As here's Lloyd. Lloyd beats one man and plays a good pass to Casa. Casa to Ricardo John. Now John will find Chetty Joseph, and Joseph is breaking. Chetty Joseph is bundled over. That is surely a penalty.
Without a shadow of a doubt, he was taken off his feet, and the referee, Hodge, says, penalty it is.
Well, penalty it is.
Penalty it is. And regardless to how much the players would want to retaliate and want to demonstrate, the referee has called a penalty. There is no VAR to check, and it is going to be a penalty.
I saw that coming because of the setup that the Lions, especially in defense, they were just sitting back and giving too much space in their defensive third. They needed to at least make up the space some more. And what we would have seen is that they allow the attackers players that of John and Chetty Joseph to have acres of space to run into. And that's a recipe certainly for disaster that ended up in a penalty.
Well, Ricardo John, he's perfect from the spot this season. Has not missed, hasn't even looked like missing at any point at all this season. I hope I did not just jinx him. Ricardo John. He's been their stalwart all season, and he buries another one to give the attackers a 1-goal-0 lead. That's just one. But that's good news for the Docs United, because right now, as things stand, the Docs would finish first.
Yes,
the attackers need 2 more. The Lions need to pull 1 back. Oh, this is very exciting right now.
This is the type of football that we were looking and hoping for in the Champions League. Not for any one team to just walk away as champions. And tonight, all is on edge and all is up to fight for. And in the Champions League right here at the Raymond Igisha Technical Center, Tony?
Well, certainly, it calls for the Lions to really play some football now. If they think that they could have stayed as defensive as they were at the time of that penalty, they will certainly need to push out. I looked at the setup, and I just felt that they were just too far away from their midfield, giving the attackers too much time and space in their defensive third.
Well, I know for sure the man that the attackers are missing, that the Lions are missing the most, sorry, is Jermaine Hughes. Because what Ricardo John is doing a lot, he's dropping into that area between where the two midfielders are in Keanu and Tyreek, and in front of Safari and Marvin. He's in that little area. He's picking up those spaces in between there and just feeding the ball out to either Riley or Joseph. And that's where the ball came from for Joseph to break away forward. And he was fouled. It was that movement from Ricardo John that allowed the space for that ball to be played through the gap.
And one thing that we have noticed on several occasions is that Chetty has beaten Brian down this flank on numerous occasions. Just in 16 minutes, we can count about 3 times that he has beaten him. And on that occasion, he was beaten again, and that caused the foul to take place in the box.
Well, just a reminder of yours yet again, what exactly has to happen. For the Lions to win the Champions League, they have to avoid defeat. For the Dogs United to win, the attackers have to win this game by 2 goals or less. And for the attackers to win the Champions League, they have to win by 3 goals or more.
And certainly Tyreek will have to take it a little easy. I know it's not the best going down a goal down, but it's early days yet. We are not into the 20th minute. But you mentioned about the space that John and Joseph is having in midfield, but that is due to the reason because Tyreek, who is the one who's mostly linking the play for the Roaring Lions, is being drawn out of the defensive shape, and what is happening is that either Marvin or Tafari will have to make that step to at least have that 2 players there defending, and it certainly is causing a problem. Like I said, I saw that, and it was only a matter of time before they at least got a break going through.
Here comes Chetty. He goes back to Hakeem Beard. Now Kadeem Riley, as Beard has gone down, holding looks like maybe his calf or his Achilles. May have been stepped on there. That's good speed being shown, trying to get down the byline. That will be a corner. Very good defending.
Yes, and we have seen that change as well, Doc, where the Max has come to our side to do battle with the player there in Lloyd, and the Kaini has switched to the other end.
Yes, but a foul, the referee didn't see it, but a foul occurred again on Ben in the stomach. Again, he was hit in the stomach. He went down, and the referee didn't see it. None of his assistants saw it. But the Alliance players would really have to be so mindful. You know, they don't want to go a goal down and a man down. Not this early in the game at all.
Keanu already has a yellow card. Same thing for the attackers. Kadeem Riley has a yellow card. It is a corner for the Roaring Lions. Abbott, once again, looks like he will take this one. Ball whipped, and that's a very good ball as well, but Gomez came out. Abbott, yet again, his cross is blocked. He still has it now. Dribbling into the area. Chance for a shot to be taken. Blocked, scramble, and cleared. Attackers can look to break. As here comes Kadeem Riley. But the goalkeeper has stayed down. The referee blew his whistle.
And I want to know, who's that? Is that Kaini? Why is Kaini passing that ball in the box when he could have shot at goal?
He definitely had a shot at goal. He tried to pass it back towards Jaden Abbott when he was literally about 5 yards away from the goal.
and he was already crowded. There was absolutely nowhere he was going to get that ball back to.
1-0 from this penalty spot from the boot of John, who has really set the tournament alight in terms of scoring goals and kicking penalties. And there certainly has done a number on the Roaring Lions here and had drawn first blood. And we'll see what metal the Lions have been made of. We know for a fact, Doc, that these two teams met into the finals of the regular tournament. We are in the end of the Champions League, at the end of the Champions League, and it's the attackers in the ascendancy.
As things stand, the Ducks United will be walking away with the Champions League for 2022. That's just as things stand. If the Lions were to score again, they would be the champions.
Well, Minute did say that penalty kicks. I say a draw. I don't know what you say, Doc.
I say that we will have a winner. It will be one of the Lions, the attackers, or the Ducks. As again, that's careless by Keanu. He's already on a yellow card, and that was careless by Keanu. He has to take it down a few notches. He's already on a yellow card, and he was way too aggressive there on the drop ball. The ball hadn't even bounced, and it was already tackling through the player.
Well, actually, he had the player had already controlled it, and he tried to at least stick a foot in, and I guess overdid it.
Lloyd towards Hakeem Baird, cleared by Mighty. Max spins past Lloyd, but Special gets a boot in. That is going to be a throw-in. Into the 24th minute of play. 1-0 to the attackers. Mighty. Hit it on. It will find Jelly. Can't keep it in play. Lloyd towards Baird. Good work there, however.
Certainly not seeing as much of Jay as we would have seen in the previous matches. Not as busy a player throughout this Champions Trophy.
Thrown down the line, looking for the aforementioned Jay Abbott. Put out for a corner. Will they be able to pull one back? The Lions get back onto level terms. Marvin is lumbering forward, but Tafari is staying back. Surprisingly so as well. I guess they want to keep somebody back to Marshall Ricardo, John.
But I think one of the most prolific header we have seen is Tafari, and it is very surprising. Here comes the corner, and it is off Jelly. Heads going up, and it's cleared.
All the way back to Tafari Smith, who can't go back to his goalkeeper in Burris, but instead opts to turn as he does have a lot of space. Tafari to Tariq John. John across towards Keeney. Keeney trying to drive. Keeney with Kalwani for company. Keeney trying to go across there towards Abbott. Shepherded out. It is going to be a goal kick.
Yes, probably just a little too hard. Yeah, pushing it a little too hard, Keeney. And getting away.
Well, in the U.S. Open, well, we are having ourselves a game. Alcaraz and Rode into the fourth set now. It's 5-3 to Alcaraz. Alcaraz won the first and the third. Rode won the second. Into the fourth. If Alcaraz wins this one, as he is up 5-3, he will win.
And become the youngest player to the world #1 spot for a while.
Yes, definitely. Alcaraz, just 19 years old, having himself a very good tournament. We saw some very good stories throughout this U.S. Open, of course, with Serena Williams, and then Rafa Nadal being knocked off. Saw some very good stories throughout this U.S. Open. It's going to be the attackers. Looks like they may take a long throw. Alcaraz just 2 points away. It's 30 love right now. Just 2 points away is Alcaraz. Long throw comes in. Headed on, and Kareem Burris will collect.
The crowd has built up nicely here, and as opposed to when we would have started.
This is the final game that we'll be seeing here for a while. You know, the primary school tournament is slated to start not too far from now. Then we have high school football. Then I'm hearing rumors that the President's Cup may be back. As here comes Max. Max is brilliant work to get past Lloyd. Max cuts back again. Max still. Max just having a field day out there. And eventually Mason comes across to help. Tyreek goes all the way back to Keanu, who leaves it alone for Tafari. Tyreek John. 1 point away is Alcaraz. It's 40-15. Just 1 point away. Mighty with a miscontrol. He keeps it in play, however. Mighty whips the ball in. Mason misses. And what can he do? Goes for a shot, and it's inches away. Just inches away from equalizing.
Mason can never stay with the speed, the fleet foot there of Jelly. I thought that shot from Keanu, from Kaini Brooks-Bell, could have been taken better.
A very poor effort.
Yes.
From right in front net. You had a point blank shot. You had a shot all right to put that away. All right in the 20th minute of play for it to be a 1 goal apiece.
John goes back to Lloyd, who gives it away once again. Jelly finds a leg, trying to go across the Tyreek John. John whips it to the back post. It is going to find Abbott, who heads it back in. And Randy Gomez falls on it, as I do believe Alcaraz has just won the U.S. Open. What a story for the young man, just 19 years of age. He looks like he'll be going to the #1 ranking in the world as well. What a story for the young man, Carlos Alcaraz, defeating Casper Ruud in 4 sets in the U.S. Open final.
Well, it's back to the football action here. This one is certainly getting a little bit more intense.
A little bit feisty.
Into the 30th minute of play, and it's 1-0 from the penalty spot to the attackers, scored by John.
As the referee did come over and have a word with Chetty Joseph. Yeah, the game is getting a bit hot to handle, as you would say. Whipped in high. Randy Gomez comes out. Randy Gomez clears, well, picks it up actually. Is able to stay in his box. Gomez. Marvin wins the header. Castle steps in, but Castle can't get it under control. A very good turn there. Whipped in towards the back post for Max, but Randy Gomez did some brilliant work, because Max was lurking at the back post, and had Gomez not gotten a touch, that was surely 1 goal apiece.
Yes, certainly Gomez.
Special now. Calmly goes across to Riley. Now Hakeem Baird. Baird to John. John back to Sampson. Chetty Joseph. Tries to find Sampson. Sampson looking for John. It's a wonderful ball by Sampson. And out of touch, throw in to the attackers.
And again, look at the position. We have Tafari and Marvin, and John is in the center circle by himself. No, John.
John wasn't in the circle by himself initially.
Yes, he picked up the ball too easy. It's just too easy. Too much space.
Yes, the referee changed his decision, because Hilton signaled throw to the attackers. Then Harden signaled throw to the attackers. It will be a free kick, actually, to the Roaring Lions. This was an offside, was the call. I believe it may have been an offside, signaled by assistant referee Burton. Do have Four very experienced officials in charge of this one. Hilton and Burton, the assistant referees, and Rouse, the fourth official. Harding, the man in the middle. CFU licensed referee Harding, looking for his CONCACAF license in the coming year. Eventually be looking to get to his FIFA license. His bear tries to go forward. A slip there by Tafari, but it doesn't matter as he's able to regain his balance. Max. Good pass, but wonderful work by Mason yet again. He's played a very good game today as a San Mason.
I think Jelly pushed that the wrong way. Instead of pushing it into Mason, he should have pushed it down the line and run around. It would have been interesting to see Mason catching up there.
So no, Mason doesn't quite have the pace, but he's a unit to get around. He's big, he's physical. He's a very good tackler as well.
But so far the game has gone nicely. It's been chippy at times, but tight.
As it stands, the Ducks will be the champions of the Champions League. John to Lloyd. Lloyd to Baird. Baird looking for Chetty. Marvin steps in, throwing to the attackers. Lloyd takes it quickly. That's not a good throw at all.
And look, you see where John is coming for the ball? So you don't need to have two central defenders. Here is Max Ipinson on the attack.
Max trying to put one in. As it's still Max now. Max volleys one in powerfully. Jaden Abbott can't get it under control. Over in St. Lucia. The Patriots want to toss and chose the field. And so the St. Lucia Kings batting first here. 88 for 1 after 9.4 overs. Brilliant start for Johnson Charles and Faf Duplessis.
Well, same old, same old. We saw that yesterday.
But what we saw yesterday, I hope that Tim David or the informed David Visa would have come at number 3. We've seen it today where Tim David has come at number 3. So the St. Lucia Kings really looking for the victory today, looking to pull one back in front of their home crowd, because so far we've seen some really massive crowd at the Darren Sammy
It's a
cricket
corner
ground.
kick taken. Heads going up to Fari, but blocked there. And partially cleared, but still in the danger area.
You see what Tafari does from corners. You have to wonder why. It was Marvin that sent up the last time rather than Tafari. This one is going to come over the top. Chance now. It's cut back. That's a brilliant challenge. Wonderful challenge by Tarek Sampson. That was Chetty Joseph, actually, who was doing the defensive work. He was playing on the wing initially. Chipped over the top yet again. They are into the area. And it can be booted clear by Casa.
Yeah, but it's just too slow. Kaini Brooks Bell is just moving a little too slow, man. He needs to be a little more sharp.
It's a substitution for the attackers very early in this one.
Is that...
Look, it may be Wabi who was coming onto the field, not exactly certain. Sandoval Duke, actually, who's come on. Trying to see who has come off the field of play. That has been Kaloni Richardson, I guess. It might be Kaloni who's come off the field of play.
Yes, I was just going back there for strike, playing in a striking midfielding position there for Kaini Brooks Bell. I think he's just not as quick as he needs to be there, because Joseph is playing left wing and got all the way back to tackle that ball. He has to be a lot more faster.
Good work by Lloyd. Just running quickly in towards Chetty Joseph. Joseph took too long on the ball there. Here comes Tafari. Tafari has a runner streaking through there, and he's going to go down. That is going to be a foul blown by referee Harding. I'll turn this one over to our resident referee in the booth, Millington.
It would be interesting to know why that was a foul, because the two players was going at the ball. It happened that the attacking player was in the air and it wasn't an action that actually caused the play. It is going to be interesting.
Well, Millie, you certainly might want to go and look at that one, because I as from my vantage point, it appears as though the attacker had gotten around and hence the committal of the foul. But I guess that's debatable. That's a VAR moment that we'll certainly need to look at, and I think that's why Harden would have called it.
It's going to be a free kick to the Roaring Lions. The Tyreek Lake is over this one. It is going to be a shot is blocked by the wall. The wall does its job. Mighty is up against Lloyd. Mighty placed inside only as fast as Akeem Beard. The attackers can look to break. A bit too slow by Beard, but Sampson cleans up. Sampson has Riley running. He will find Kadeem Riley, but Riley just didn't stretch for it there. A bit too much ahead of him. Throw into the Lions. The Lions have certainly come into this game a lot more in the past 5 or so minutes.
Yeah, since they would have allowed that penalty, they have been on the attack, and really Kareem Burris has not seen much of the ball.
I don't think that Hakeem Beard is getting onto the ball enough for the attackers. He is their midfield ticker. He's the one that really makes it work for them in the midfield. He's not getting onto the ball enough to create anything. And Ricardo Johnny's become a bit more isolated up there as well.
If we realize what has happened is that John has moved out of his position. Chetty has moved out of his position, and it was John who was the servant. And now, because neither Chetty is getting the ball, John cannot get the ball, and so they have disrupted the flow of play. When something is working for you, why change it?
Yes, they switched Riley and Chetty's wings for some reason. When Chetty was having fun over here up against Mighty. I guess maybe in an effort to get Kadeem Riley more involved, they switched him and Chetty Joseph, but that disrupted the flow of Ricardo John, who's now having to do a lot more drifting to get onto the ball. It's interesting, the coaching battle here. You know, the veteran in Nico. You know what, how good of a football mind he has. And how good of a coach he can be. It's a great challenge because the shot was lined up there by Tyreek John. Goes back to, as he stayed down injured, the referee will blow his whistle. Medics will be called as well. Looks like Winston will be making his way out there even before the AFA sanctioned medic. Into the 40th minute of play. 1-0 for the attackers. This is a very good scoreline if you're a Docks United supporter. This would mean the Docks would win the Champions League. They could even afford another goal to go the way of the attackers. But if the attackers were to score 3, they would surpass the Docks United to go top of the table. If the Lions were to score 1 and equalize this game, then Lions would win the trophy. We have 3 teams all vying for 1 spot, 1 trophy at the top. It's all to play for.
We saw last night where the Docks, they came out in all their colors to play that game. And we were all here ready to, and there were only 3 players from the Kicks United to play that game. So, easy 3 point for Docks United.
They got everything that they wanted, the 3 goals and the 3 points. And they certainly are in the driver's seat with that 1-0 lead, with the attackers leading 1-0. So really playing in their favor.
Player is still down injured. He's on his feet now, and medics are making their way off with him. It is still 1-0. 1-0 in favor of the Attackers FC. Goal coming yet again from Ricardo John. He cannot stop scoring if he tried to. Even though he's come over to the Attackers, he has not quite looked the salsa ball as Ricardo John, but what he has not stopped doing is scoring. Drop ball in favor of the Lions. Ricardo John has dropped back into a defensive position as Special wins the header. And as we're just speaking about Tim David batting at 3, he's out. So he has fallen. The Kings are now 2 down. And you have to wonder if they would look to send David Visa up the order. I'll play it forward for Max. Max up against Lloyd. Lloyd does very well this time. He can send Ricardo John running. Brilliant ball to John, but even better defending by Tafari. He had to win it because if he missed it, Ricardo John wasn't missing a one-on-one with Boris. Mason. Very good walk there by Jelly. Good composure as well to find Marvin. Now Tyreek Lake. Mason cuts it out partially. He has Jaden Abbott. Abbott across to Tyreek John. Oh, he runs the crossbar. Tyreek John just let off an absolute thunderbolt, and he was inches away from equalizing this one.
That one was on target. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper. Had he not gotten a hand to that one, the Tyrolean would have been ripped up. What a shot.
Did he really save it?
Gomez saved it. It's a corner. My, what?
That hit his hands.
For one moment,
he has no idea.
For one moment, I thought we were in Ukraine. Whoa, that was an absolute rocket of a shot.
Corner comes in here, dealt with partially. Only as far as John, he once again opts to go back out wide. He finds Abbott, another teasing ball in, but Randy Gomez collects. That was a thunderbolt. How Gomez got a hand to that, I do not know.
Well, Gomez just put his hands up, and the velocity, the force of the ball. You probably could put it down as a save, because I think if his hand didn't touch that, what would have been in the back of the net?
That would have taken off the back of the net. Wow. Whipped in my mighty. I don't think I've ever seen a ball get hit so clean. My goodness. Here's Tyreek Lake. Trying to go in towards Max. Max shifting a couple players. Shifts past Lloyd as well. Max to the back post. Duke heads it clear. We have 3 minutes of added time. Riley to Beard. Can the Attackers just hold on to the halftime whistle? Ricardo John is fuming.
He's been under the gun here, the Attackers.
They just need to hold on until halftime so they can regroup. But ever since they conceded the penalty, it's been all Lions. All Lions for the past maybe 20 minutes. They've been peppering the Attackers' goal. They just haven't been able to get one past Randy Gomez. Throw to the Lions.
Yes, they have certainly been relentless in their pursuit to get that equalizer.
Duke, that's careless, Duke. That's very careless. Free kick on the edge of the area. You can't just swing your foot through a player.
It could have easily been in the box.
Very easily. It's going to be a free kick. Will he be tempted to drive one at goal here? I wouldn't be surprised.
So the angle, it's going to be tough to beat Gomez from that angle.
But it's Tyreek John. I would not be surprised if he drove one at goal. Mighty is going forward. They've left Marvin back, and now Jelly will keep him some company. Sorry, not Jelly, Jaden Abbott. Playing to the edge of the area. That's poor. Very poor.
It's a very good idea, but Tyreek had a lot of time. I think he could have taken his time and really put a lace to that ball, but
I think you have a better serve, not having Tyreek John on the edge of the area. Have the shot rather than him being the man passing off the free kick. You'd have wanted him driving that ball at goal from the edge of the area.
Well, it probably would not have worked because I don't think attackers would have left Tyreek John in the area.
Tyreek Lake maybe, but not Tyreek John. As a man else go down in the area, but no chance for a penalty.
No.
Marvin shifts it past Ricardo John. Whips one in. Partially dealt with and booted further upfield, only as far as Keanu Richardson. Shifts it out wide. Does find John. John, the very good ball up in the air. Gomez collects, but the attackers, they are under the gun. What can Ricardo John do? John up against Marvin. John finds Hakeem Beard, who leaves it for Tarek Sampson. Sampson to Beard. Beard out wide to John. John is in behind Mighty. John shifts it past Marvin and goes out to Kadeem Riley. And Riley can't get the initial pass under control. Free kick to the attackers, a handball.
It's poor defending there, Mighty. Mighty should have seen that ball all the way. John just got around there as if there was no one there. Yeah.
As Mighty has been a traffic cone for these attackers thus far. Both Chetty and Ricardo John have had a lot of fun.
He needs to be looking at the ball. He's mostly looking at the body of the player. The ball is not going anywhere. And that is what is really beating him. I haven't seen Casa that much in the game, really, but he's there.
That's good. That is very good. If you notice a CDM, you're doing something wrong. That's the old adage in football. If you notice your defensive midfielder, he's doing something wrong. Duke goes forward now, but Mason does stay back.
Why is he going forward?
Chip Turner, headed clear. Beard gets there once again. Beard goes forward. It's a good turn. But he can't get control of the ball, Tarek Sampson. It will be a throw-in that goes away of the Lions. Ooh. AI Hilton, I'm not too sure about that. We have 5 to 3 minutes of added time. That will be all as well, says referee Harding. Halftime here. Good news for the Ducks. It's 1-0, but bad news for the Attackers and Lions supporters. They will not be able to get the Champions League title if scores remain how they are at the half. Thanks to Ricardo John's boot. It's the Attackers 1, the Lions 0.
Well, I don't see it ending 1-0 for sure. And 45 scintillating minutes to be played here, Millington. But so far, it has been a really, really good game between these two teams. And the Roaring Lions really are putting on some pressure, but has not got anything to show for it. And they're certainly sure going to be coming back in the next half with other different things.
Indeed, and I still can't get a grip of myself. Rocket of a shot from the boot of John. Nonetheless, it is 1-0 until we rejoin you in just about 13 or so minutes. We are taking you back to Master Control and hope that you will rejoin us at the commencement of the second half.
Welcome back to the Raymond Eagleshaw Technical Center, where we're back for more second half action from this game, the final game for the Anguilla Football League season for 2021-2022. It's the Lions taking on the Attackers FC, and it's the Lions who will be on the outside looking in. If this scoreline remains, they need points. They don't have the goal difference. They need to get at least a point, as here comes Chetty Joseph. Chetty Joseph wants to get there ahead of Kareem Burris, and that would have been the perfect start.
Yes, and again, the Attackers had a glorious opportunity there, but Burris coming off his line. Here is the Roaring Lions on the attack again.
Max goes back to Keanu. Chipped in high looking for Jelly. And this time it didn't take an effort at goal. And the Attackers can look to break. Lloyd. Can't keep his pass in play. Throw in to the Roaring Lions. Taking quickly down the line. Trying to get past Mason, but not many players in football in Anguilla who can get past Mason.
It's going to be is it a corner kick?
It's going to be a corner kick. Yeah. 1-0. If you're just joining us, the Attackers need to win by 3 clear goals to win the Champions League. If they win by 2 goals, it goes to the Docks United because the Docks won the head-to-head. And if this scoreline remains, if it goes to 2 Docks win, the Lions, they need a result. They need a draw, or they need to win this game. Right now, they're losing.
Yes, another good corner kick taken there. That is very mighty. And if the Lions need to get back into this game, I think they would more prefer to strike early, because as time wanes at times in a football match, you become more agitated, you get more frustrated, and then you tend to want to rush things as opposed to taking your time.
So what the Attackers have done that I agree with, they've switched back their wings. So Chetty is back over on the left-hand side, and Riley is back on the right.
So yes, they have reorganized, they have kept their shape better.
Booted away. Tafari. There's a cross now. It's a good bit of work. Good defending as well. Clear the field. He's looking for John. As referee has blown for a stoppage and play due to the injury to
Yes, Big Mason there taking out Max.
should be an attacker's throw in. Not trying to go back to Lloyd. Can be cleared out. There's another attacker's throw. Well, it is 1-0. I doubt this game can stay at 1-0. So at the end of that first half, the amount of pressure the Lions put on the goal of the Attackers. They were just millimeters away from equalizing. It was the man Tariq John who had an absolute rocket of a shot that somehow Gomez got a hand to. Don't know how he did it. Here comes Hakeem Beard trying to drive through. Drive comes in. Oh my! Wow! Yet another rocket of a shot there. Looked like Kadeem Riley.
You seen a brilliant save there. Is that another save?
I think it was
this is a goal kick.
It was going to be a corner. Had to be saved. Had to be saved.
Well, it's a brilliant save there. And that's all for that rush playing by Marvin, just making a meal of the clearance, playing it right into the path of the two players. Here's the corner kick coming over.
Whips it to the back post. That will be a free kick. Lions trying to break away with pace. They do have pace. So have Abbott trying to run. Ball inside, but there's too many blue shirts there. One of them in Hakeem Baird. He'll pick this one up. He's trying to call Ricardo John offside, but Millie, what's if you want that one?
And that was a very tight call. What happened there? When the ball was played, when the ball was played, he was not in an offside position. I think it is very difficult. You will have to give it to the ARs, because it is very tough picking up position without any indication of lines. When you look at a television, you see the marking of the ground give you a clear indication. And so, yes, the cutting of the ground. So it is very difficult here. It's just a matter. It's as if it's a guesswork here.
Yes, we know in professional fields that the way they cut the grass, they have the stripes on the ground, so you can see, you can use those stripe lines on the grass as reference points. That gets over the head of Duke, and Keeney's on his right boot as well. Keeney cuts inside. Keeney Brooks Bell, saved by Randy Gomez.
It was a really good shot there. Good work there by Keeney. Yes, really good work there by Keeney Bell, and really getting off a shot there that Gomez was equal to the task as well.
Thought for a second that the man and Richardson would try to chip Gomez from there, but it will be an attacker's throw. Lloyd goes back to Mason. Now Sampson. Gomez. This one is given away cheaply. It took too long there. Duke he's not looked quite to game pace just yet. It will be a Lions throw.
And, I'm not sure why Richardson is as if he's just stopped and waiting for someone else to run onto the ball. That could have been an easy opportunity there.
Tyreek Lake looking for and finding, looks like Max there. Shipped over, that was a handball. Free kick to the Attackers FC. Into the 54th minute of play. Still 1-0.
So look at Marvin's position and Tafari's position. And look where John wearing the number 20 shirt is. I see we've got Keanu.
They've finally been told they've gone over to mark him now, because he was just sitting in that gap between the defensive midfielders and the centre backs. Slid through. Good reading of the play by Special. Goal kick. To take it back to that shot there by Kadeem Riley, as he mentioned earlier, it was a bit careless by Marvin, in fact. He was a bit lackadaisical, as I would say. And he was the guilty party on that occasion, and again, Riley just wasn't able to get it past Kareem Burris, but another rocket of a shot. And most of that, the Trinidadian influence is very apparent in this game. And the Trinidadians, they really added some quality to this Angola Football League.
Yes, they really did. They have really done so. And like any football player, the competition, when the players are competitive, it really brings the best out of you.
Yes.
And that is what we would have seen from these players that came in from Trinidad to make up some of these teams as well.
So it's going to be a free kick to the Lions. Chipped over the top, not a good ball. Marvin goes across to a Trinidadian and Tariq John. This pass is picked up by Special, however. And Ricardo John trying to get this one there, but Marvin is fast. Trinidad Joseph is pressing. Boris does well.
Look at Chetty, who's sprinting back.
Chetty, that's wonderful work by Chetty Joseph, but give it away cheaply. What a drive and what a save. Randy Gomez got down quickly to his right and prevented the attackers from really getting into a spot of bother in the grand scheme of things.
I think a very soft ball is going to score on Randy Gomez. Nothing hard.
Because he's saving all the hard shots. Well.
That is if Lions do score.
Corner. Abbott. Not a good corner at all. Cleared away.
It is football, Tony. It is football. You know, it is similar to cricket. You will see a fielder pull off a most excellent, spectacular catch. And one that goes up in the air and sits, drops in his lap and drops straight out. And so it is with football. You know, at times we just take things for granted for that split second and we give up that goal. And so the Lions, if they continue to press and press and press, somebody say pressure burst pipe.
They're certainly going to take some finesse in beating Gomez because he's very agile, very flexible.
Castle does well there. Corner kick.
Poor defending there by Duke. You have somebody who's fleet-footed as Abbott, and you are marking him closest to the line. He's going to the line, giving Abbott the opportunity to turn on the inside. You should be asking Abbott, if you want to turn, you will have to go around me on the outside.
And the thing is that Abbott actually turned away from the space because the space was on his left. I think he cut into Casa and Casa was able to block the pass, but if he had to go on the outside, he would have gone.
It's going to another corner to the Roaring Lions. A bit of jostling going on, the referee Harding goes to sort it out. Better corner this time. Headed clear. Only as far as the Roaring Lions once again. Mason there yet again. Mason, he's definitely carrying an injury, but he's having himself a very good game. Somebody is, I suspect that might be Screechy Walker strolling into the ground now, coming from work. You can see still in his work clothes, strolling over. He's going to get ready. I suspect he's not too far from coming onto the field as well. What a boost this would be for the Roaring Lions to get Screechy. They may not need him. Ball comes in here. He beats the man, and he shouldn't have beaten him because he dribbled himself back into trouble. He should have taken the one-time shot on his right boot. Why did he choose to dribble? Very, very good tackle. Not done yet. Crunching challenge, illegal challenge.
It's heating up.
This game is certainly heating up.
I think Max made a good move and laid it off to one of the players. Could have shot the ball and goal.
I think it may have been Jelly, but I'm not too certain. But Jelly tried to dribble back inside. He was on his stronger right boot, trying to get onto his weaker left boot, and it gave enough time for a stupendous challenge.
Yes.
It will be a free kick to the Roaring Lions in a rather dangerous area. I suspect Tariq John I want to have a pot shot at goal from here. The angle does favor him. He may want to try and drive one and catch Randy Gomez off guard. Instead tries to go short, buzzing around. It goes all the way through, not dealt with, and what an effort, just over. Well, the attackers cannot hold on for much longer because the Lions are knocking on the door and the door is on the verge of breaking.
Yes, certainly there we've seen an onslaught there, but so far they are bending, but they are not breaking, Millie.
Well, it's like Armour Force wins the Roaring Lions. And for all it's worth, the attackers, they are keeping the Lions at bay. How longer will they be able to keep the Lions at bay for the entire night? He's going to be called offside, John. And we're seeing the man Screechy. He just arriving, and immediately he goes over to the medics. And I believe without a shadow of a doubt that he's going to be entering the field in short order. Here is the Lions. The man Jelly has the ball, being bumping off the ball, and it's going to be a free kick. Signal there by...
Free kick? Going the other way?
Harden Hodge. Saying it's a free kick. It's outside the 18. It's going to be taken there by Special. It's 1-0 in the 62nd minute of play. If this result stands, it's the Ducks United who is going to become Champions League champion. Here is a ball through to the man Max, who picks it up, controls, beats one, beats two, gets it back to Brian. Brian keeps it in, but it's going to go over the goal line for a goal kick for the attackers. It remains 1-0 in favor of our attackers.
It's not a good ball here from Keanu Richardson there again. I see what he was really trying to do, but just overhitting it.
Foul, free kick to the attackers. Jean to Casa. Casa goes long to precisely no one. I must say, John, he's rightly upset because they're just trying to control, to relieve a bit of pressure on the defense. But Casa booted it long and gives the ball straight to the Lions. This attackers' defense has held up well for the most part, but they haven't had to come up against a real number 9 just yet. I suspect when Screechy gets warm, oh, that's careless. As here comes Max. Max on the byline, cuts it back. He's in no man's land, but somehow he's put it wide. Tyreek John somehow has completely fluffed his lines.
Well, the referee has been called over. We wait to see what that is, but I am at a loss. How Tyreek John put that one wide, Tony?
Wide from an empty net.
Gomez was in no man's land. He tried to come out to impede the man Max, but in the end, he ended up getting caught in no man's land. As the referee is going over to talk to the camera woman in Esther Ward, I think because her camera flashes are impeding the vision of the assistant referee on the far side.
Had to be Albert.
It could only be Burton. It could only be Burton. So she's been asked to take a few steps back. She was just sitting on the side, taking her photos.
That was a glorious opportunity. We're into the 65th minute of play.
That was the opportunity to equalize. My. Tyreek John. He'll be scratching his head. How did I miss that? Ball whipped in high. Gomez came out. Couldn't get there. All of a sudden, Gomez is getting a bit more exposed. Here come the Lions. Screechy's getting warmer. Still the Lions. Keanu. Twisting and turning in the midfield. There's a good ball forward. That's not the best pass, but it will find its intended target. That's too heavy. And it's going to find John. John with a missed touch. Marvin with another missed touch. John against Marvin. They're both fast. It's fast and fast. Beard with a missed touch. What's the next I ever thought I would say? Hakeem Beard's touch is secure. Marvin is everywhere. Brilliant by Marvin. Here's Jaden Abbott. Duke trying to get in ahead of Keeney. Does well. Keeney takes a throw. Tariq John to Keeney. Very good touch by Keeney. He skinned Duke there. He gets inside Keeney. Wonderful ball. And Randy Gomez came out well. The follow-up volley goes wide. I don't know how much longer the attackers can hold on. The Lions are beating down the door.
Well, the attackers. It is 67 minutes and they are doing well. They are holding the Lions at bay. But as you say, I don't know how much longer can they really hold the Lions at bay. It is tremendous football here at the Raymond Gishard Technical Center. What a game to be the final game of this season 2.
Really good work there from Kaini. Really putting in Jelly there. And here we see Jelly again trying to battle with
Mason.
Mason
Mason's doing very well. Give it away, however. But Duke steps across and clears it out. I don't think Duke quite has the legs.
I don't think he has helped defensively as well.
I think they're missing Rashim a lot, right? Even though Rashim doesn't have an experience, he does have legs. He's fast. He can run with any winger. And Duke, he just doesn't quite have the legs anymore. That's why he was so good when he was playing as a defensive midfielder for the Enforcers. That was a good move there. Very good move by Keeney. He's come to life in the second half.
I don't know if he heard me, but he had certainly looked the part here. Certainly looked a different.
He's looking like
here.
Keeney right now. Abbott trying to get inside against Casa. Shrugs off the challenge of Casa. Shifts it out wide to Max. Max against Fabian. Good footwork by Max. Max goes all the way across to Tariq John. John finds Keeney. Keeney back to Tariq John, who's onside. Whips it across. That could have been danger. That could have gone anywhere. But somehow it avoided the back of the attacker's net.
Did Gomez get a hand to that again?
It hit the defender. And Gomez somehow... I don't know. I don't know how he's doing it. Randy Gomez is having an incredible game. But here comes Pell. Pell is coming. Pell is coming. Walker is coming. Corner comes in. It's cleared. But the attackers may not be able to hold on for long. They have to find another goal. And they have to find it quickly. Because Pell is coming. Walker's coming. Ball comes across. And again, it just evaded the boot of Jaden Abbott. Goes all the way back towards... Look like Keanu finds Abbott. Jaden Abbott. Brilliant save again by Gomez. Oh my goodness. Randy Gomez is having the game of his life right now.
Is he just, couldn't he have hold that one? He looked like he specializes in saves. Gomez.
Here comes Pell. Here comes Pell. It's the end of Jelly's night.
Yes, Jelly had a good shift in. Could have probably maybe had 1 or 2 goals, but I guess maybe too cute in shooting at goal. But I think he had a good game tonight.
Walker's not too far away either. Abbott with the cross in. This one is headed on. Gomez comes out and collects. He finds Ricardo John as well against Tariq John. Tariq John will win the tussle, but Ricardo John wins the throw-in. Into the 70th minute. What a second half we've seen so far. The Roaring Lions are trying to find a way back into this one. They want that Champions League crown. They will have to score. They've looked like scoring for so long. They just haven't been able to get the goal. They've looked like scoring since maybe the 22nd minute. We're into the 71st. They just haven't been able to score. Mason stands up pale and finds Ricardo John here. Ricardo John has one man in the box to aim at. Cleared away by Captain Fari. Tariq calms it down. The Tariq John. John shifts it across to Mighty. Mighty. Going towards Pell. Step in there by Special. Marvin now. Capel moving all the way around. It's like Abbott has gone up top, so I suspect that there's Abbott. He finds Capel. Battis cuts it back, and that's a wonderful bit of defending by Centeval Duke. I was saying I suspect that Abbott may be the man to make his way off for Screechy, seeing as Abbott has gone into the striker position. It could be anyone. Could be Keeney, could be Max. Batiste can't quite hold on to it. Lions throw.
So that was good defending, at least for the first time there from Duke. Getting himself right into position and really saving the day.
Goal kick. 1-0. It shouldn't be 1-0. It doesn't feel like it's 1-0. Somehow, some way, it's still 1-0. We have seen everything. We've seen crossbar, we've seen brilliant saves, we've seen Randy Gomez turn into Superman. We just haven't seen the attackers concede just yet. Here's Capel. Battis! It's blocked. Upfield for Ricardo John. Now Hakeem Baird, who will find John. John turning. John has Riley. Riley with a pass in behind. Looked like Sampson there. No, that's Chetty. Chetty. Now we'll find Tarek Sampson. Sampson, who is trying to find Riley. Called offside by referee Fortune Hilton.
Showing a little tight. That one looked real tight there. And certainly would like to see the cameras on that one.
Millie, what's to say on that one?
Looks a very close call. Looks a very close call. But again, we are in the back. And the man that is straight on is Fortune. And he seemed to have had it covered. It seemed like Simba Boyne has walked in the park to lift the trophy.
Simba's come into the stadium just to watch what happens with the rest of this one. Johnny's here as well. They've both come in at pretty much the same time. That's careless. John. Ricardo John. John is going to find Hakeem Baird. Baird is left-footed. Baird back to John. John spins. Ricardo John. Oh, what a save. Oh, my. Kareem Burris has saved it. How did Ricardo John not score?
Well, Tony. That is classical football. That's football at its best. We see Barcelona. We have seen Manchester United. We've seen the class. We've seen the Real Madrid. That's the type of football we see. But we have seen it right here at the Raymond Igisha Technical Center tonight.
We really can't fault Kareem Burris at all for
Riley's effort is blocked.
For anything. He has kept his team right into this game. That could have easily been 2-0. and he has kept the Lions right in ticking distance. They would certainly need to see how best they can at least pull a goal back, see if they can beat Gomez, who has been splendid in goal so far. These two keepers has really put on a showing here today.
They have really come to the party, both Gomez and Boris. Keeney is offside, very much so. He started his run a bit too early and just drifted beyond the line, led by Special.
Yes.
That attacker's defense, those been penetrated. They have had a good game. They've had a lot to deal with. Gomez trying to go out wide towards O'Reilly. A bit too heavy, the pass. It's going to be a throw-in. Tariq John finds Marvin. And look who's down by the fourth official. Screechy. He's coming on. Yeah, 14 minutes. Oh, a slip. A slip may have cost the Lions a chance. Duke finds a Beard. Trying to go to Riley. Tariq John steps in initially. Tariq John, who was in rumors to go to the attackers after the salsa ballers fell, as Max is the man who's being substituted. Max is coming off. He'll be replaced by Screechy Walker. So I suspect that may mean Abbott goes out to the right flank. Puts it upfield. Chetty won't get there ahead of Capel Batiste. But he's back in his midfield role, his natural role. A role that he has made his position in Anguilla for a number of years. Oh, brilliant ball as well to find Pell. Shifted out wide. Back towards Capel Batiste. Batiste. It's a good pass. And that was casual. Casual, very casual. Gomez boots it long. 12 minutes for the Ducks United to claim the trophy. 12 minutes for the Lions to claim the trophy. 12 minutes for the attackers to claim the trophy. If this scoreline stands, it's the Ducks. If the Lions score and equalize, it's the Lions. If the attackers just score two more, it's the attackers. It's all to play for. Everything is on the line. He couldn't have asked for a more perfect ending to this AFL season. And news out of St. Lucia. The Kings, they got to 161 for 9 from their 20 overs. Led by their captain Faf du Plessis as well as Johnson. Of course, by Dwayne Pretorius. 437. And
that's not no minute.
Oh, no.
That's not an infringement.
That's going to be a foul and a free kick.
That's not a foul at all.
Just outside the area.
No, but the player, and that's why Tafari is getting on that way. He actually did play the ball.
Well, from our vantage point, it looks to be a very soft foul, a very soft call. But the referee is in the best position, and sometimes, we think we saw what we see, and.
Because the ball was actually loose. The ball was loose. And Tafari did play the ball in an effort to get onto the ball. John collided with him.
Beard. Oh, it gets over! And somehow again, it evaded the goal. My goodness, the ball is doing everything right now but crossing that goal line.
Well. Can you tell me how in heaven the ball is staying out of both nets? Out of both goals? How is it staying out?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. If I wanted to, I couldn't.
Well, it's happening.
Riley with a cross. That's a good ball. But the header just couldn't be put on target by Ricardo John. Goal kick.
Oh, football. What a game to end, to bring the season down, the curtains down on the AFL 2022 season.
Pass behind Screechy Walker, special to Hakeem Beard. The game has opened up tremendously now, trying to go out wide, but it's cut out. It's Chetty there. And Beard steps in. And it's going to bounce for Ricardo John. Ricardo John. Oh, what a save again by Kareem Burris. How is Ricardo John not scoring? Something has to be wrong.
The Lions player, so he could not have been called offside.
And the two veterans, Harding and Hilton, both saw that and they were both in agreement with it. It couldn't be offside. But Tariq Lake, I believe he did receive himself a yellow card. He has been pretty heated throughout the game. I don't know what more you can say. Ricardo John has missed 2 1v1 opportunities.
Well, never been heard of.
I don't think he's missed 2 this season.
Never been heard of. And to miss 2 in one game, and an all-important game like this, it will really come back to haunt him.
I think the trick was missed when they took off Max rather than Jaden Abbott. Max was their outlet. He was their creative force on the wing over on that right-hand side. That's a foul.
That's a foul.
That's a foul. That's poor. That's really poor. There's no need for that. It was clearly in the arms of Randy Gomez. Look like Keeney there trying to follow in. Going straight into the keeper. But a long, only as far as Screechy. Screechy over the top towards Capel Battis. Battis! Gomez saves again.
It doesn't matter how this game ends. The player of the game is Randy Gomez.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the scoreline is. Randy Gomez is player of the game. He has put in a shift and a half today. He has single-handedly kept this game. Oh, given away cheaply. That's a miss, but he passed it. Screechy Walker straight at Randy Gomez. Why Keeney didn't shoot, I don't know. Why did Keeney not shoot? He chose to pass it to Screechy Walker. Oh, that's a good ball. Cherry Joseph now. Joseph trying to get past the man. Joseph across the woods. Ricardo John. It's behind. It's a corner kick.
Well. This is football. This is what we came here to see tonight. And it's exactly what we are seeing. The brilliant, the best of the AFL, of the Males League. Well.
And could you imagine that the ball comes in here dealt with? This is the best of the AFL. And if this scoreline remains how it is, neither of these sides can win the trophy.
Oh, well. They're playing for... Well, they're not playing for themselves. They're playing for Ducks.
They're playing for Ducks right now. I think the attackers may be playing for Ducks as well. Because they're just not putting the ball in the back of the net.
It's 5 minutes plus any time that will be added.
We should have at the very least 3 minutes added. Riley to Ricardo John. Tried to feed in Sampson. Beard couldn't get there. Here's Tariq Lake. Going forward towards Screechy Walker. Walker has Keeney on the underlap. Walker. Very good work by Special.
Very good defending there. It's going to be a corner. Very good work.
And Special has stayed down hurt. It might be cramp. He's had a lot of work to do today, Special.
Now it's in the 86th minute of play. Would you believe it's 1-0? Oh yes. The goal came very early in the first half, in the 23rd minute of play, and from here on in, it has been opportunity after opportunities for both teams, but no ball has seen its way past any one of the custodian up to this point. Warriors from 2-point blank efforts from John. And we lost count how many times Gomez were called into action. It's 1-0 in the 86th minute of play.
Long searching ball, special wins the header. In any other plane of existence, this game is about 4-3 or 5-4. Somehow, it's 1-0. You couldn't have scripted a better ending to this AFL season. Batty's shot goes wide.
It took a deflection, and it's going to be a corner. Actually took a deflection off the defender there for attackers, and it's going to be a corner. And so Gomez rightfully allow for the fielder for the attacking team, which is the Lions player, to go and fetch the ball himself. He say, I'm going to eat as much time out of this game as I can.
It's going to be a corner. Now the Lions, they've sent 4 men to warm up. And they've already used 2 substitutions. You only have 5 subs. So I guess one of them won't be making their way onto the field of play. If they use them at all. I doubt they will. Unless there's injury. I think that's a precaution that they're taking. Get them warm in case of an injury.
It's an immediate...
To have an immediate replacement.
Yes. Don't want to be playing without 11 men at any time.
Into the 80th minute. 1-0. Ball comes in by John.
And I think for a team that is behind in the game and needs a draw, he took a very long time. He took over a minute to get that corner kick in, and you don't have that time to play with. We are in the 88th minute of play.
Just need a goal, just one, to win the trophy. Late drama, very, very late dramas on the cards. There's no way this game should finish 1-0. There's no way this game can finish 1-0. But the way the game has gone right now, it's going to finish 1-0.
Well, we are into the 89th minute of play.
Riley finds John. John shifts it past a man. John trying to slide it through to Sampson. Just an inch too close to Fari. Just too close to Fari. Here's Abbott. The Lions look like they've been making a change. Ball forward to a Screechy Walker. Screechy Walker. Saved by Gomez yet again. Probably his most comfortable save he's had to make today. Goes long. Marvin clears. Good work there by Mighty. This pass was a bit too peppery. It will be an attacker's throw.
And we are in to the final minute of play. How much time? We wait to see the board. We wait to see that board!
Ricardo John. Well, good defending. In the Premier League, you call this Fergie time. But here in the AFL, this has been Ricardo John time. He scored in these times, time and time again. He loves a late goal. But it wouldn't matter if he scored a late goal. He would need 2 late goals. Right now, it's the Lions who need a miracle. Breaking away is Lloyd. Lloyd bidding on Ricardo John to come back on side. Still Lloyd. Now Beard. Sampson. Riley. Back to Sampson. Wonderful. He can feed it through to Ricardo John. Oh, he played it the wrong way. It will be a substitution. Pell is off. Pell is off.
Injured.
It looks like is CJ it's going to be coming on?
No, the substitution has not been acknowledged.
No, the referee didn't acknowledge it, but Pell is injured, so Pell is coming off. He gave his coach a half hour and not a second more. Well, that's cheap. That could be given away.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And we are already. We are already.
Over for Screechy Walker. Just couldn't get there.
We have already had 1 minute of that of such time. So just a minute to play.
Now the sub can be made.
The substitution is made now.
Pel Baptiste is off.
And that is Warner. That's Warner.
Keron Warner.
Yes, was made
Goes
in
back.
Zoom.
Haven't seen him for a while in Lions colors. Lake. Reverse pass to Abbott. Flicked back. Out wide towards Mighty. He's going to try and cross one in here, Mighty.
Oh, good play there by Chetty.
Very good work by Chetty Joseph towards Ricardo John. Couldn't get the touch in the direction he wanted it to go. Seconds for the Ducks United to claim this Champions League trophy. Seconds for the Lions to respond. Booted up by Tyreek John. Randy Gomez is there. Gomez boots it long, and he had to get a boot there. That is your whistle. Attackers win on the day, but it's the Ducks United who have won the Champions League for 2022. They are celebrating in the stands. Stewie is having a ball. Matta's having a ball. They have won the Champions League for 2022.
On the night, it's 1-0. Attackers over Lions. But in the end, it is indeed, as you would have heard, the Attackers couldn't have won by just a goal. They had to beat Lions by 3 clear goals. And so it is Ducks United who reigns as champions in the 2022 AFL Champions League.
Well.
So we have 3 different winners 2022. In the D-League, it is Diamonds FC. Oh yes, I will rub that one in, Doc. I will rub that one in, Doc.
You can't.
I will rub that one in, Doc.
In the rules, the Diamonds are the winners, but you can't lose the head-to-head game in such a short tournament and win on goal difference because you were able to score more goals against a much weakened Eagle Claw side. That's still a sore spot for me.
Well, we are not in a debating competition, and so you will have to take that one somewhere else. It is 1-0 on the night. Attackers beating the Royal Lions, but it's the Ducks United who will lift the AFL Champions League Champions Trophy, and the D-League champions, it is indeed the FC, Diamonds FC. And so it was truly a pleasure bringing you the final game of the tournament. It was truly a pleasure bringing the tournament as it unfolded before our eyes right here at the Raymond Igishaw Technical Center, Doc.
Yes, let's not neglect the female league as well. It was the Superstars yet again claiming the trophy. Much closer than it was previously, but they were able to get the job done, winning yet another female league trophy. And then the regular season, how close it came. It went down to playoffs. It went to penalties, but the Lions were able to pull it out. You see just below us, the Ducks United, Matta, Bino, Johnny, all celebrating. They have gotten some silverware. They have gotten the Champions League trophy.
Yes, indeed. And so on behalf of the man, Minute, on behalf of the man, Johnson was here at some point in time, the man Doc, ever present, Tony. At some point we had Umbral in the room. It was truly a pleasure bringing you the AFL as it unfolded 2022 tournament, both the male and the female league. I am truly the voice of choice, John Millington. Also, how can I forget the ever-present AI Live, the whole team of AI Live who were ever present to make sure that you saw the action as it unfolded before our eyes right here at the Raymond Igishard Technical Center. And so on behalf of the president and members of the Anguilla Football League Association, we close it out here for the 2022 season, and I hope that you will stay tuned as we will bring you live coverage of the primary school league that will kick off in short order in October. So until then, we take you back to Master Control and say good night and goodbye.